Oh, hello, you glorious people. I just want to talk to you about healing and different modalities of healing, and in particular massage, because massage has helped me a lot, and I just want to explain how, whilst it is very helpful, it can be in the short term have like the complete opposite effects. All right, and I wanted to make this video. It's been inspired by the fact I've been talking about, you know, certain traumas I suffered when I was younger, and the rape in particular. I believe I've done a lot of healing and work on that over the years. However, last year in particular, last winter, something happened. I think October hit, and I mean, every winter I feel like a bear. I just, like, winter hits and I'm like, fuck this, I can't be bothered to do anything. But last year I really just could not cope anymore. Everything just come to a head. I didn't even know what was wrong, to be honest with you, but my back started seizing up and my shoulder went, and I know when my shoulder goes, it is a sign that it's too much stress. It's too much for me to deal with. I'm literally carrying too much, right? It's too much for me to shoulder, if you will. So things got so bad, like I couldn't fucking move, and I found there was a Thai massage place that had opened at the end of my road. So I booked a massage, and it was weird because on the way, I mean, I'm always, you know me and my positivity and always putting my intentions into everything. So I walked down there. I remember I was walking along, I was saying to myself, like, universe, please align me with someone who can help to heal my back and someone who's like the best for me and my highest good. And lo and behold, I met this woman, Puna Pat. Let me just say, this woman, if I could marry her, I would. But that's the day I met Puna Pat. Now, she gave me this massage, and within one massage I found so much relief. But here's the bit I want to talk about, and where I think the healing came in, because because of like certain things I'd been through when I was younger, I've never really liked full body massages. There's only two things that happen, like when someone starts to like touch the top of my legs. I either like start to feel really anxious, or I'm gonna feel horny, right? And both of those things you do not need to feel while you're having a massage. So I always say, I don't want you to touch, like, don't do the tops of my legs, right? Now, I think there was a bit of a language barrier, and I don't think she understood me. And I think what she heard was, I need you to touch the top of my legs. So she just starts massaging me everywhere. But for some reason, I felt really safe with her, and I felt really comfortable, and I didn't feel like I wanted her to be my girlfriend either. Like, I just felt really safe with her. And so she had suggested, like, that you have 10 sessions, right? And I was in a position to be able to do that. Now, I understand there's been times in my life when I couldn't, and I've had to seek other routes to healing. But I believe if you can, go and do this stuff, yeah, because it makes a fucking difference. Anyway, so she suggested these 10 massages. I've had the first massage. She's touched the top of my legs. I was absolutely fine with it. Now, she was quite intimate in her massaging, but I felt very safe. And one day in particular, and I will never forget this day because it was crazy to me, but again, I felt very safe and I felt very comfortable. She said to me, as she got to the tops of my legs, she was like, I need to massage here. And she kind of tapped on like my pubic bone. And I said, okay, because I really trusted her. And I knew it wasn't anything weird or anything. I mean, I've had some questionable massages in my time, Morocco in particular, but this was nothing weird. And so I let her do it. And what she started doing was literally, you know when you get like knots in your shoulder and you can feel the knots and you can feel them working them out? She literally started rubbing knots out of, sorry if it's TMI, but out of my vagina, like out of that area, out of my lips, out of that space. And it was so fucking painful. Like, but I just knew that tension, that stress, like all that trauma needed to be rubbed the fuck out of there. And this is why I wanted to make this video, right? Because in your body, you store, that's where you store all your tension on all your trauma, right? You store it. And if you don't release it, that shit builds up and manifests itself in various different pains, ailments, and dis-eases, right? That's what a dis-ease is. Your body is at dis-ease for some sort of, normally, like, in fact, I'm gonna say all the time, mental reason, right? And so obviously I've had all this trauma from the rape when I was younger. It would make sense that I would store all the fucking trauma there, right? So she like literally rubbed all these knots out of my area, and like I said, it was very painful. And the next couple of days I just fucking bawled. I just cried and cried. I felt so depressed, I felt so sad. But because I know how the body works and stuff, and I knew what I'd been through, I was like, this is just all of that fucking trauma. And it wasn't even just that day in that isolated incident, because if you watch my other video, you'll know that led to me being quite promiscuous and put me in a lot of fucking horrible situations. And I think there was just so much trauma downstairs that it just, I don't know, I just cried and I cried and I cried. But my God, I started to feel better like after a few days. It was like a literal weight had lifted from there. And that, I carried on having the massages, and I honestly, like, I maybe now try and see her once a month, if anything, just purely for pleasure. In fact, I'm making this video because this week has been incredibly stressful and my shoulder has seized up, and I know that is just the universe saying you need to go and see Puna Pat right, because there's a lot of stress in my life right now that there's not too much I can do about it. I just have to deal with it best I can, and for me, massage is stress management. So I'm on the way there now, which is why I wanted to make this video, because after having those 10 massages, I just felt like a different woman. My body operated differently, and I must say, like, the woman made a difference. Like, I will only see this woman. She's actually so in demand that she has a little surcharge if you book a massage with her. But I mean, it's £65 for an hour, and quite frankly, it's some of the best money I have ever spent in terms of what I've done for myself and healing. And she just knows, she kind of knows, she knows. And this is the thing, she was so intuitive. I'd never told her anything about my past, and she just knew that's where she needs help, that's where she needs healing, and that's exactly what she did. And I owe her a huge gratitude, and that's half the reason I wanted to share this video as well. Like, honestly, if you are in the Croydon or surrounding areas and you need healing, go to her. I mean, the amount of people that go to the doctors, need surgery, and then they go to Puna Pat and she saves them, like, she's better than a doctor. She's honestly amazing. Anyway, I just wanted to make you aware that healing is a great tool to use to heal. Massage, sorry, it's a great tool to use for healing, but just be aware that sometimes the aftermath, because of it's literally just releasing all this trauma within you, the aftermath, you know, especially the first few days, can be, you know, can be the complete opposite to how you think you should feel after a massage, because they are relaxing and it is lovely to have human touch and all that kind of stuff. But just beware that you might feel a bit shittier afterwards, but it's all for a good cause, because it's just working its way out of your body, and that's what you want, a lighter, freer, happier body, and that's what you fucking deserve. Anyway, I am not Dr. Tamara, not a doctor, none of this is advice. Let's just call it the waffles of a madwoman. But if you relate to this madwoman, follow me, subscribe, and let's just try and navigate this shit we call life together. Thank you for watching, you glorious people. Mwah.